Hi everybody, it's Bonkai 922. Okay. Fairy Tale no, did I say chapter? Oh, as you can see, I got a haircut. Nice. Oh, beard. Um, Fairy Tale episode. That's better. Episode, not chapter. 132. Now, I can see that some people don't like this filler arc. No one really likes filler. No one enjoys filler in a series. Whether it be from One Piece, Naruto, Bleach, no one likes filler. But I have to say I'm liking this filler. A Fairy Tale. It's very interesting. I don't know what everyone else is saying, but damn. It seems to me this has a connection to the manga. I don't know what it is about this story with, Lucy and her father and everything, but there's a connection here. Moving right along, we find out in this episode, they took the key. Everyone's at the guild, and they're all upset about that they took the key. We find out that these people are called Legion. They're from Zentopia? Zeolantopia? Let me see if I can figure out. They're named Legion Corps. Yeah, Zentopia. And in this episode, this group Legion, they took the clock hand for the Archbishop of Zentopia. Now, what they decide to do, and the name of this episode was called, just giving it, Key of the Starry Heavens. And we actually get introduced to 2 more new characters in this episode for 132. And they're discussing in Fairy Tale, the guild, what they need to do, blah, blah, blah. Gildarts is there, he's back. Gildarts, it's always good to see him. And, they're trying to figure out what the story is with this thing. What is their plan? What is the story? And Lucy and Natsu's there. He's concerned for Lucy, and they want to go and kick their ass. The whole bit. So they have to figure out what the story is here with these people from Legion Corps, and what they're after, what they're attempting to do. So, Natsu, the usual gang, Natsu, Lucy, Urza. They're all gathered. And with Michelle, they're all going to Lucy's house, Heartfilia. Meanwhile, we have what's his face, Gildarts going other way. He's on his way looking for, I guess, their hideout, following the trail. Same thing with, there's an interesting scene with, him and Kana, and she's like, just get out, go! Stop being on top of me. He's like, okay. So weird. Anyway. Meanwhile, not happy, Wendy. Wendy. I'm trying to think it was Wendy. Yeah, Wendy, Charlotte, and Panther Lily are going in the direction of following these people as well. But Wendy shows up, and I don't think it was Wendy. Anyway, moving right along. They go to the Heartfilia house, mansion, castle. Find out clues. And it's this part where we have Michelle, and she's like, Lucy-san, you remember you used to make clothes for me out of construction paper and flowers? And then Natsu and Gray are like that, thinking about it. And then Lucy kicks them. And then we have Urza being pissed off, and she nags him in the head. So, and they're searching the house for any clues. Everybody's searching and searching. Finally, while in the library, Lucy and Michelle, they're looking around not in the library, her father's study. Father's study. Michelle bumps into this book that says to my daughter. They think something's up with it. They think, oh, this must be a clue. There's nothing written in the pages. So she brings out the old man Crooks. Can't say his name. And he's examining it, and he says there's no magic involved, but the title of the book might spell something out. So, she then decides, all right, let's find out what it is. So they all gather. Natsu's there, and they're trying to figure it out. It says to my daughter, so it must be some kind of puzzle, some kind of mix and match words, letters. But awesome. Natsu sneezes. He shows up, and he sneezes on her, and fucking Urza's like, not your sword in his face. I'm like, ah! And it actually gets mixed up, and they see the word myth. And Crooks says, that's one of the words from this thing. So, okay. And then they find out that the remaining spells out dual myth. Meaning there's two myths. One myth is the one of Lucy's book she has in her room. That's one. And then the other myth which is the title of the episode, which is called Key of the Starry Heavens. While figuring this out, Charlotte gets a vision. Usually when Charlotte gets a vision, you know it's bad. You know it's very fucking bad. So, because on the book, front cover, you see this little girl, and she's looking at Charlotte and saying, no. And she gets scared. So, that's what happens. After this happens, after they find out that's the story, it's this book, so on and so forth. Two more characters from Legion. Same people as Sugar Boy and the others show up. One is, fuck, I forgot the name of them. Oh, man, I gotta look up. One of them is Exceed. Yeah. But we've been bringing back the Exceeds. Exceed guy named Samuel. And he's like a genius, and he's like staring, he's got this hat, he's got glasses on, glasses on. And he's like figured out everything, he's like saying to them, I figured out what this would happen, and this is where the conclusion would be of you being here and finding this out. So, find out, they have the book, and then they, without hesitation, they know he's an enemy, so they attack him. Natsu, Gray, and Urza. All of a sudden, out of the blue, here comes this guy with armor on, with this shield. And we don't know who he is. Eventually, we find out his name is Dan Straight. He's a spearman. His name's Dan Straight. And his shield and spear are magic items, kind of. His shield, it's called Ricochet. You can guess what it does. Excuse me. Ricochet's attacks So every time they're attacking, they're ricochets and it's destroying Lucy's house. He's like, no! She's like saying, don't do it. I was attempting to rebuild the house and buy it one day. And that's what happened. Now, it's decided that from this exchange, Urza's going to fight this guy. And we got this showdown with Urza and this guy. And everybody else decides to leave. Get the hell out of there. Get out of Dodge. And the stupid Exceed guy's flying. He's, I've foreseen this, you know. He's this guy with glasses. I'm like, you know? So Urza continues fighting him. There's this part where he stabs Urza's swords. Her swords shrink! Also, we find out that this guy, Dan Straight, yeah, he loves Lucy now. He's like all on top of her. Lucy, love! He's like on top of her and everything. It's like, give me a break, man. She says, oh, you pierced my heart and everything. And he's examining her, her boo, her chest, her waist, her legs. Yeah, I love about you. So he hits Urza's sword and he shrinks. So his spear has the ability to change the size of an object. So, moving on, he's able to change the size of an object. So, he hits her sword again, and he gets really huge, and she's like, and Urza lets out a cute scream. So, it's kind of weird, and she's back in against the rubble and everything in a corner, and he then hits the books, and it changes really bad, and she's trapped Urza, and then they go out, they're in the hallway trying to get away, and the cat traps them again. And then Natsu tries to attack the cat, and Natsu gets hit by the guy's spear. Doesn't take a genius to figure out what happened to Natsu. Natsu's this big! No joke! So you see the episode, you see he's this big, Natsu. And, he's that big. And you got this scene with Happy's trying to find Natsu, and he steps on him. And he's like, you're small. It's ridiculous. So they try to do a switcheroo with the books when they go outside. But the cat is not fooled. Samuel, he says, I found the book, and he just examines it and gives it back to them, and they leave. And that's pretty much what happened. And that's where it ends. Now, next week's is going to be really ridiculous because I did not expect this to happen. I mean, this episode was like, Natsu's this small. And the next episode is, I believe, it's called Traveling Companions. So it basically, Natsu is riding on Happy. I'm like, oh my god. Completely ridiculous. And that's what happened. Next week, obviously, Natsu can't do anything because he's that small. He's trying to protest that he wants to help, but he can't do anything. And then we're going to get, like, in the next episode, we're going to see Leon. Leon. Because you see, there's this part. I guess Gray goes with Juvia. I guess the search find a way to turn Natsu back to normal. But anyway, that's what happened. I'm going to give this 3.5 out of 5. It wasn't too bad. I mean, I like the new introduced. I loved Exceed. Exceed? Great. New Exceed character. This guy, Dan Straight, looks pretty damn good. So, we look forward to. But anyway, this has been Bonkai 922, and tell me what you guys think. See you later.